Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Opening Up to Changes workshop. So I'm going to talk about now the development of adaptability, of learning and growth in circumstances that can be challenging. And look, here's an example in my life here. As a child, my family and I moved lots. So I went to over 15 schools, both here in Australia and overseas. So I mentioned that before when I said I was a bit of a gypsy kid. And as a result, one of the qualities I developed as a result of these experiences was adaptability. I can say it was not a particularly pleasant way to acquire this quality, but I will say I am nonetheless grateful for it. I am not grateful for each time, or was not grateful for each time I had to start a new school. I loathed the first few days and used to whinge at home about it. But this experience has given me a quality that I believe is invaluable. It's provided me with a tool to deal with other adverse situations in my life that's occurred since then. So it's inevitable that changes and experiences may call your life into question. Well, they tend to. Like the stuff I mentioned before, divorce, getting fired from a job, etc., causing you to reevaluate your life. We don't like to experience change. Human beings by nature don't like to reevaluate or question the beliefs they already have in place, so what we already have in place. It makes us feel insecure and vulnerable. We're pressured to have it all figured out. So mostly in our society, we are pressured to have it all figured out all the time. And questioning ourselves runs right up against this expectation that we have of ourselves and of others. Also, we don't like being forced into situations where we are forced to question our life. And forced to do this is what we feel when we encounter these experiences that cause this questioning. You could probably relate here. It feels like it's happening to us and that we have no power or control to stop it. It's beyond our free will and it makes us feel destabilized and insecure, not in control of our world. So feeling fear and anxiety. Can you relate to this at all? We all have been socialized to believe that we must do the right thing or be the right way. And when our life is brought into question, it causes us to doubt whether we've done the right thing or been the right way. This causes us to slip into insecurity, causing a total lack of confidence in ourselves, in others, and just our lives in general. Because this vulnerability and destabilization, we resist anything that calls our life into question, causing us to reevaluate. And this is the basis of the fear of change. It's like a personal failure, a wrongness about us that we will do anything to avoid. The fear of failure. A huge fear for most of us actually. But what is aligned in with these experiences is the possibility to learn, to grow and to create positive change in our lives. And this is the calling of life improvement for a better life. But we need to accept these experiences will never stop coming. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they don't tend to. This calling into question of our life is part of the journey of our life. They will come in the form of people we meet, things we read and watch, experiences we encounter, and particularly loss. Our world is offering up these experiences all the time, and the world is constantly giving you the opportunity for more and more self-improvement if you're open to it. So the question here is, are you? Think about this for a minute or two. And stop the video to do this if you need to. So as humans, we are obsessed with knowing because we think that if we know, we can prevent unwanted things happening. Again, the issue of control and the issue of fear. But the state of learning and growth is a higher state than the state of knowing, because it offers more possibilities. Possibilities that have the potential to offer you far more happiness than you have now. For a better life, a more fulfilled life, if you're brave enough to go there. Knowing is about staying at the same level in your comfort zone. And as humans, we must see that instead your role is instead to evolve and progress in life, and not to stay still. And to be honest, life won't let you stay still with the encounters that it throws at you to call your life into question. Have you noticed that at all? So instead, perhaps consider the possibility of being open-minded to life. Allow it to take you on the flow a bit. Stop resisting and let it take you where it's taking you anyway, without the struggle. I know it's hard, and it's a hard thing to get your head around, but when you choose to do this, you can become curious about where this life is actually taking you. So if your life could be compared to a river, most of us try to control the current of that river, but we don't consciously know where the river is taking us. And some of us only know where we want it to take us. So again, that issue of control. We can develop practices, take actions, and think thoughts that can make this journey much, much easier. And this is about changing your perspective here. So you need to let go of the idea that you can control the river, because in reality, you can't. You can't control life. This control is what makes us try and hold onto a way of thinking or fixed ideas or answers in our life. Instead, looking at what the universe is trying to show you and where it actually wants you to go. So this type of curiosity, if you allow it, can give you the ability to change course completely, if that is what is necessary. So it's important that you actively seek out new and different information. Try and look through your lens, your filter of life, with different perspectives. So this is about being open to different answers, to be an open door to better information, to different answers, to a better and more improved way of life. The people who are the most aware and generally have the most joy are the people who are most willing to question their life and make changes to it if necessary, over and over again. So be brave, get uncomfortable, accept change if you can. This way of living gives so many possibilities. The possibility of things getting so much better. So stop struggling and let those questions come. You must stop and reevaluate and question to be sure you're actually on the right path, or to figure out what the right path is for you. So are you getting all this? I know it's a lot of information, so it can be hard to get your head around, but it's so valuable and so necessary. We as individuals can't control what happens in our lives generally, but we can control how we respond to it. We can control ourselves, what we take on and what we pay attention to. This is our personal power. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe below to see future ones. I post a new one every Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, depending on your time zone. And remember, you can book a coaching package with me or check out my other resources on my website, and subscribe to Creative Pathways Facebook and Instagram. All links are in the description below. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.